Welcome to Highly Embodied Yoga with me, Sam. Today we're going to be doing some core work. This is only going to be like 15 minutes. You can stop the video at any time and take breaks, or if you get up to a certain point and it gets really challenging, you can pause there, come back to the video later and try again. Core strength is built over time, just as any strength is, and we're not trying to get to a specific goal. We're just trying to embody strength within our own bodies, so that we can move about the world easier. So without me getting too involved in a lecture, we'll go ahead and get started. Before we begin, you're gonna want a block. And if you don't have a block, you can use something like a paper towel roll, a rolled up blanket, a firm pillow, just something. We're gonna utilize it between our knees to find something to kind of squeeze against, and a blanket. And you can use a blanket or a towel or whatever you want. This is just padding for the knees. And we're going to get started on our backs. So go ahead and lie down and find your breath. Just kind of let the belly move up and down nice and slow. Just take maybe 3 deep breaths here, allowing yourself to come into the body. Find a connection to the breath. One more here. Good. To start, we're going to take our block or paper towel roll or blanket or whatever you found around your house and put it right between your knees. We're going to start with the feet down onto the floor and then notice the low back. You want to create this kind of pressing down of like the back of the ribs, the low back, even maybe like a kind of a slight tuck of the tailbone if your pelvis kind of naturally tilts forward. We want to find this engagement, like you're bringing the top of your hip bone and the bottom of your rib cage closer together. So finding this, really stamping the back into the floor, and then also paying attention to the heels. Press those down into the floor. From here, just feel the breath as it moves as you continue to find this engagement here. This is kind of like the basic core move here of like activating through this area here. We're not looking for 6-pack or anything like that. I definitely don't have that. So squeeze in, draw in, press the feet. Good. Take an inhale. On your exhale, reach the fingertips forward, lift gently through the head and the shoulders. Don't crank the neck. Keep the neck kind of loose, kind of look at something up on your ceiling. And then just breathe here. Make sure that this is all still connected, pressing down into the floor, pulling the hips and the ribs closer to one another. And then we're just going to rock side to side, as if you're going to touch your heels or touch your ankles. And maybe you touch, maybe you don't, but just side to side. Keeping this lift, keeping this engagement, keeping the low back grounded into the floor. Gentle pressing through the feet and a gentle squeezing of the knees. Just finding activation through this lower half of the body and then letting the upper body move side to side. And keep breathing nice and slow. Good. And then come back to the center and then lift the arms and relax yourself all the way down. Keeping the arms up, lift the knees. All right, so our shins are like kind of parallel. If they're kind of bent or kind of lifted, it's fine. Squeeze the knees. Squeeze whatever you have in between your knees. And then just feel this new position. So we still have this connection to the floor, this engagement of the core. Good. We're going to interlace the fingers. We're going to bring the fingers behind the head. Elbows pointing up. Inhale, we press into the floor, kind of like you're lifting your shin bones, a little lift of the tailbone up. And then exhale, lift the head and the shoulders up. Relax the head in the hands. Let's take a breath here. Good. And then gently relax the head down and relax the feet down. You can remove the block. You can let the knees fall open just for a moment. And then just feel. Maybe that was easy for you. Maybe you were already like, whoa, I can feel that. and either way, it's great. Remember, this is a progressive class, so things will only get more challenging from here. All right, let's pull those knees back together. This time we're going to take whatever object you had, and we're going to place it right between the legs, kind of right up against the body, right kind of up towards the inner thighs. Squeeze those inner thighs in towards one another. Interlace the fingers again, bring them behind the head, elbows pointing up towards the ceiling. Inhale, press that low back into the floor and lift the sit bone up slightly, lifting the shins. Exhale, we lift the head and the shoulders off the floor. Inhale, relax that head into the hands. Exhale, we place the right hand onto the block. Exhale, open those knees wide. From here, inhale, we lift the pelvis into the block, and we lift the elbow towards the ceiling, and then exhale, reach the heels forward. Don't let that back lift. Inhale, pull the knees back, squeeze the block or object, hand behind the head, relax down. And that's one round. We'll do a few more. Inhale, press the low back into the mat, curl the tailbone. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Exhale, release the head and the hands. Bring the left hand to the block, open. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press the heels forward, draw the belly in. Pull the knees back, squeeze the block, replace the hand. Exhale, lower. All right, inhale, press, lift. Exhale, lift, head and shoulders up. Inhale, relax the head and the hands. Right hand comes to the object. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift everything up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reach those heels forward. Squeeze the sit bones in towards one another. Pull the knees back, squeeze the block, replace the hand, and exhale, set it down. It's a lot of words in one little thing. All right, one more. Inhale, press the low back into the mat, curl the tailbone. Exhale, lift head and shoulders up. Inhale, relax the head and the hands. Maybe move the thighs gently away. Place the left hand on the block. Exhale, open. Inhale, lift everything up. Exhale, press the heels forward, forward, forward. Squeeze sit bone. Inhale, pull the knees back. Squeeze. Replace the hand and lower yourself down. Lower the knees down. Relax. Side to side. Maybe gentle windshield wiper. And notice what you feel. Maybe you felt some internal things in the deep core that you didn't know were there. Maybe it turned some things on for you. Maybe you want more. Maybe you want less. Wherever you are, let's try one more on the floor. We're going to take our hands. We're going to kind of like nuzzle them kind of right underneath our sacrum here. And then lift the legs up. And they don't have to be all the way straight. They can have a gentle bend in them. This is fine. And then again, make sure that that back is pressing into the floor. Your thumbs are just kind of like a stopper here at the base of your spine, just to kind of give you a little more groundedness here. From here, take your right toes and bring them to the right heel, or left heel. Opposite foot come together, heel toe alignment. All right. Inhale, we press the floor. And then exhale, we reach the legs down. And as you reach the legs down, if at any point you feel your belly kind of pressing up, then you've gone too far. And you need to kind of back away, redraw that belly down. And you might not go very far, and you might be able to go all the way down without your back lifting or without having that coning of the abdominal wall. And then once you come all the way up, we'll switch. Take an inhale, find that grounded position with the low back. And then as we exhale, we reach the legs down towards the floor. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, we switch. Exhale, we reach the heels down. Inhale, we come up. Exhale, switch. Inhale, press. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, switch. Inhale, press. Exhale, reach it down. Lift, switch, press, lower. Lift, switch, press, lower. One more, switch, press, and lower. And then all the way back up. Release. Bring the feet down, release the arms. And then maybe you just want to do another windshield wiper, or maybe you want to let the knees fall in or let the knees fall out. Let's take 3 breaths here. Again, noticing anything that's happening within the body. Good. Pull the knees in, give them a good squeeze. And then we're going to come all the way up. You can roll over onto the side. You can roll up and down the spine. You can, whatever you want to do, somersault your way back up. I don't know. Find your way. I like to use a blanket under my knees because I don't have knees of steel. And my knees are very bony, and they always have been and probably always will be. All right, here we go. Finding our tabletop, hands finding their placement. And to begin, before we get too wild here, big toes to touch, knees apart, gentle forward and back. Just kind of moving through the hips a little bit, finding a gentle lengthening through some of those abdominal muscles that we just worked. Beginning to add a little pressure, a little weight into the wrists. All right, and then coming back to neutral, bringing those knees back in. All right, to start, we're going to keep our knees down, and then your choice. You can untuck the toes and press the shin bones into the floor, or you can tuck the toes and then press the knees and the tops of the toes into the floor. I like to keep my knees untucked. All right. Inhale here. Lift the belly and lift the rib cage away from the floor. Find that connection, that same like hip to rib closure here. And then take an inhale. And then exhale, pull the right knee in towards the chest. And then release it down. Left knee in towards the chest. Release it down. Right knee in. Release. Left knee in. Release. Okay, we're going to make that one harder. We're going to take that right leg back. Reach it back. Stay here. Or left fingertips forward. Or left fingertips off the ground. Again, re-engage. Reach the rib cage away from the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it in. One more, reach out. And reach back in. Reach out, big long. And set the hand down, set the knee down. Switch the sides. Left leg reaches nice and long. Find that position of the right hand, either forward or up. And find the breath. Re-engage. Draw the belly away from the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, elbow to knee, pull it in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, reach. Pull it in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, last expand. And set the hand down, set the knee down. Okay. And again, we're going to make it one harder. So, tuck those toes under. Press into the hands, press into the toes, lift and hover the knees. Just barely off the floor. It's fine. Just notice if this is already really challenging. Notice if your knees have lifted all the way up here. Can you drop those knees down without touching the floor? This is challenging. Okay, keep breathing. Good. Set the knees down. Walk yourself back. Keep the toes tucked. Just find length through the toes. Kind of giving the wrist a little break here, rotating the wrists. This final exercise that we're going to do is the most challenging for today. So if it has already been challenging, maybe just watch and then have something to kind of like build towards. And if you can already do this, then great. The next one will be harder. Let me know in the comments if this was easy or hard. That way I know the next video if I need to turn it up or turn it down. That will help. Okay, here we go. Final movement of the day. Press down into the hands. Press down into, well, actually, let's tippity tap the toes. We just sat on them. Okay. Okay, now we're ready. Tuck the toes under. Press down into the hands, press down into the toes, lift, hover the knees. Okay, if you're moving with me, keep those knees low, but don't let them touch the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, pull the right knee into the chest. Bring the right knee back. Left knee into the chest. Pull it back. Right knee in and back. Left knee in and back. One more each side. In and down. In and down. Take that right knee, bring it as high up onto the tricep as you can, and bring it back. Left knee as high up onto the tricep as you can, and back. Alternating between the sides, keeping those knees low. Ooh, the heat is building within me. I hope it's building within you. One more, and down. Good. Give the shoulders a break. Give the knees, the core, everything a break. Take a breath. Good. From here, simply lie down onto your back and take a moment. Breathe. Bend the knees, the hard part's done. Gentle rock side to side. The next time you have the knees over to the left side, take that left ankle, cross it over the right, and then just kind of hang out. Maybe even shifting this right hip maybe a little up, and then reaching the right knee forward and away from the body. Good. Gently roll back through, center nice and slow. Going all the way over to the other side. And then take that right ankle over the left knee. And then maybe lift the hip and reach the knee forward. Good. Gently release the ankle, come back through center. Pull the knees in, close towards the body. Arms down by the side. We're going to do one bridge pose, pressing down through the feet, lifting up. And it doesn't have to be a high bridge, but think about a long bridge. So think about lengthening the hips towards the knees, pressing down into the feet, maybe tractioning the feet a little towards you. Deep breath. Good. And then slowly lower yourself down. Good. Gently pull the knees in towards the chest. Little hug. Little rock. Good. Release the feet down. Extend the legs long. Lift the chin. Roll the shoulders under. Palms face up. Feet fall open. And any extra wiggles out that you need. And then breathe. We'll stay here just for a moment. Shavasana is one of the most important poses that we do at the end of practice. This intentional rest period. Just letting your breath be how it wants. Gently bring breath and awareness into the body. Find those gentle movements to the extremities, rolling the ankles and the wrists, open, close the fingers, the toes. Find a gentle rock side to side or any movement. Maybe you want to reach the arms up. And then gently roll over onto the side. Pause here. Bring the awareness to the nostrils and just take one round of breath, fully immersing yourself in the air moving through the nostrils. Press down into the hands slowly. Come all the way up and around. Comfortable seated position to end with. Take a full breath here. Hands at the heart center. Inhale, lift the chest towards the thumbs. Exhale, feel the floor underneath you. Inhale, expand outward in all directions. Exhale, bring it back into the center. Let the breath rise from the bottom to the top. And then exhale, let everything go. May you take this practice with you off the mat and into your daily life. Honor the body, honor the mind, and honor the soul. Namaste. Thank you, and I'll see you next time. Let me know how it went.